Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. So we're going to talk about area and perimeter of a trapezium. So we've talked about in the previous video the area and perimeter of a square. We've talked about the area and perimeter of a rectangle. So we're going to talk about how do we find the area and perimeter of a trapezium. All right, so like I always say, make sure you review previous videos. It's very important because as we go down this series, everything we learn is built on the knowledge of the previous videos or the previous knowledge we've already learned or come across as we go down the series. All right, so before I proceed, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you've not clicked the notification bell, I don't know what you're waiting for, so it's good that you click on that so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first person to know. So what is a trapezium? Basically, a trapezium is a quadrilateral that has one pair of parallel sides with the other two sides not parallel. So basically, it could come in different forms, but what basically is the general or summary of a trapezium is that two sides are parallel while the other two sides are not parallel. So it looks like this. So if this is it, so we have two sides that are parallel to each other, okay? While the other two sides are not what? Are not parallel. So this is what we call a trapezium. So you can see A and B are both parallel, okay? But C and D are not parallel. And for every trapezium, there's a height. So the distance between the two parallel sides is the what? Is the height, okay? So basically, we can now say in this situation here, A and B are parallel to each other. So A and B are parallel to each other. Okay. So in this case, A and B are parallel to each other. H is going to be the vertical height. Then C and D are the non-parallel sides, okay? So C and D are the non-parallel sides. Okay, so because I'm aware that students will take notes, so I'm going to just quickly write down the definition of a trapezium. All right, so what I just said, so that I said a trapezium is a quadrilateral with one, okay, so it's a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. So in this example, the parallel sides here is A and B, okay? Then the other two sides, so the other two sides are not what? Parallel. And that is it. So basically, that's how a trapezium look like. So for this kind of shape now, we're going to talk about how do we find the perimeter and how do we find the area of this kind of shapes as well. So let's go straight to that. We'll start with the first one, A. So perimeter of a trapezium. Okay, so how do you find the perimeter? So as you know, perimeter is the distance round. So for this shape as well, the perimeter of this trapezium is going to be gotten, or we can calculate it by just adding all its sides together, all right? So the perimeter of a trapezium is calculated by adding all of its sides together. Okay, it's gotten by adding all of its sides together. So therefore, when you have a particular trapezium, so we had the shape, for instance, okay, and we said this is A, this is B, okay, the two parallel sides, and C and D are the non-parallel side, and this is the vertical height, right? Now, how do you get the perimeter for this? So it's going to be easy. So the perimeter is basically adding all the sides together. So we're going to have the perimeter will be equal to A plus B plus C and plus what? D. So the perimeter is going to be equal to A plus B plus C plus D. All right. So let's pick some example now. I'm going to pick like maybe 2 examples for this. Then I will now go to how to find the area of a trapezium. So let's pick an example now. So the example I have here, we are told that Terry, I'm going to use my name here, okay? So Terry bought a trapezium-shaped toy. Okay, I bought a trapezium-shaped toy shown below. Okay, and I want you to find the perimeter of the toy. Okay, so I want you to now find the perimeter. So we have a shape here. So we have it like this. Let's do it this way. So we're told the vertical height of the toy was 8 centimeter. The first one here was 5 centimeter. We have the other parallel side to be 15 centimeter. We have the two non-parallel side. One is 10 centimeter and the other one is 6 centimeter. And we're told to find the what? The perimeter. So the perimeter now for this will be equal to A plus B, A plus B plus C plus D. Okay? And that'll be equal to, you're going to give us 5 plus 15 plus 10 plus 6. And when you press your calculator for this, all together is going to give us 36 centimeter. Okay? So, yep, so that is, because this is 16. All right, is that correct? So this is 5 plus 15 is going to give you 20 plus 16. Yep, so that's 36. So that's correct, 36. All right. So that is it. So that is 36 centimeter, and that is the perimeter for this shape. All right, let's go to another question for that. So number 2 on perimeter, we're told that if a trapezium Okay. If a trapezium is given, all right, a trapezium is given with its three sides, whose measure, so whose measures are 20 centimeter, 22 centimeter, and 17 centimeter. Okay. We're not told now that we need to find the length. Okay. We need to find the length of the fourth side of the trapezium if the perimeter is 70 centimeter. Okay, so we're given three sides of a trapezium. We're looking for the length of the fourth side, given that the perimeter is equal to what? 70 centimeters. So we already know that the perimeter, okay, we know a perimeter is equal to A plus B plus C plus D. So it's equal to the sum of the four sides. So if you're looking for one of the sides, so that means you're going to take the other three to the other side. So let's assume the fourth side is the D. So we're going to take A to the other side. We're going to take B to the other side. And we're going to take C as well to the other side. So we're going to take all of them to the other side. So that means D is going to be equal to, I'll take that, it'll be perimeter. When you take A to the other side, it's going to be minus A. You take B to the other side, you're going to be minus B. And you take C to the other side, you're going to be minus what? C. All right. And that's how it's going to give you the what? The fourth side. So now we're told the perimeter is 70 because we're told here in the question, we're told the perimeter is equal to 70. And each of the side A was 20, B was what? 22, and C was what? 17. Okay, so we already know the four sides already. So the three sides, I beg your pardon, so that'll become minus 20, minus 22, and minus what? 17. So therefore, the fourth side should be what? When you press this in your calculator, it should give you 11 what? Centimeter for that. So the fourth side of this trapezium should be what? 11 centimeter. Good. And that is how you find the perimeter of a trapezium. So quickly, I'm going to just go straight to finding the area. So how do you find the area of a trapezium? The B part. So how do you find the area of a trapezium? Okay, so the area for trapezium is similar to how we've been finding the area for a rectangle and the definition of area for a square. It's just talking about the amount of the space inside the trapezium. So when we talk about the area of a rectangle, we said what the amount of space inside the rectangle. When we talked about a square, we said the amount of space inside of a square. So the same thing, this area of a trapezium, talking about the amount of space inside the trapezium. Okay, so I'm going to write it down. So the area of a trapezium is the amount of space okay, the amount of space inside the trapezium. The amount of space inside the trapezium. So basically, we said the trapezium looks like this, all right? So therefore, a trapezium, we've already agreed that it looks like this. So the two parallel sides, we called it A and B, okay? The other two sides, we call it C and D. And the vertical height, we called it H, right? Now, how do you find the area of this trapezium now? So what you do, the formula for this, okay, is equal to 1 over 2, okay? You add the two parallel sides and you multiply it by what? H. Okay? So the area of a trapezium is 1 over 2. You add the two parallel sides and you multiply it by what? H. And that is how you find the area for what? Of a trapezium. So let's pick an example and let's apply this to it. So example, all right? So we're told in this question, number 1, we're told to find the area of a trapezium below. So find the area of a trapezium below. So we have it like this, like this, like that, and like this. So we have this to be 4 meters. We're giving this to be 8 meters. And we have the height to be, vertical height to be 3 meters. We're told this was 12 meters, and we had this to be 10 meters. And we're told to find the area of this trapezium. All right, so remember in the formula, the only information we need are the what? The two parallel what? Distances. So that means what you need only the what? You need the 4 and you need what? The 8. Then the height, the vertical height you need there. So you see these other numbers that was given here, the numbers that were given there were just to what take you off balance, but you don't need that to find the area, okay? So let's go. So let's find the area for this. So we know that the area is equal to 1 over 2 multiplied by the sum of both parallel um, parallel sides multiplied by the what? Multiplied by the height. So that'll be equal to 1 over 2. You add a 4 plus the 8, and you then multiply it by what? 3. Are you seeing it? So you don't need the 10 and you don't need the 12. Then when you just press this in your calculator, this should give you around what? 18. And it's in meter. It's going to give you meters squared. Okay? And that is how you find the area for a trapezium. All right, let's pick just one more example for the area of a trapezium. So number 2, we have this question here. We're told that the area of the trapezium below. So we're given the area to be 220 meters squared. Now we're now told to calculate the height of the trapezium. So we have this. this. Okay, so we have this to be 14 meters. This should be what? 30 meters. And the vertical height is here. Okay, so we're now looking for that. So what we need to do here is that we know that the area is equal to 1/2 A plus B multiplied by what? Height. All right. So if you've not watched my video on how to make subject of formula, please, it's a good time to do that, because since we're looking for the height, so we need to make the height the subject of the formula. So we need to manipulate the equation till we get the height to be subject of formula. So what am I going to do here? So the first thing, I need to get rid of this 2. So I will multiply both sides by what? 2. So when I multiply both sides by 2, this 2 is going to cancel this. So we're going to have 2 times area will be equal to A plus B multiplied by height. Now I need to get rid of the A plus B. So I'm going to divide both sides by A plus B. And I'll divide both sides by A plus B. Now A plus B will cancel A plus B. Okay. So therefore, the height is going to be 2 times area divided by what? A plus B. Okay, there we can now solve. All right, so because we've now made the height subject of the formula, so in this question, we know that the area was equal to 220. The A was what? 14. And the B was what? 30. All right. So we can now apply that into this. So that will give us 2 multiplied by, or we can write it in this part here. 2 multiplied by the area was what? 220 divided by 14 plus what? 30. And when you press this into your calculator, this is going to give you what? 10 meters. So that means the height of this was what? 10 meters. So the height is equal to what? 10 meters. All right, so that is that for that. Okay, so please, that's how you find trapezium, and that's also how you do the area of a what? Trapezium. All right, you found the area of a trapezium is 1/2 A plus B times H. And I also told you to find the perimeter of a trapezium. You just add the sides together. So that's A plus B plus C plus what? D. All right, so and that is that for that. So the next video will be going straight to know how to find unknown sides and angles of a non-right angle triangles. All right, and that is why it's very important that you click on the notification bell so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first person to know. All right, and if you have any question or anything that you can solve or you need my help with something, just please don't forget to send me an email, or you can click on the comment section there and just make your comment. And when I have a chance or when I'm free, I'm going to get back to you and reply as soon as I can. All right, so I'm going to see you soon in the next video. So don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. So when I post it, you'll be the first person to know. All right, see you soon and have a nice day.